I recently got a comment in one of my videos saying, what's up with cops always executing warrants at the wrong house? Now today we're going to discuss a rule called knock and announce rule under the Fourth Amendment and whether that applies to search warrants. And I also urge you to comment in this video below and my other videos. I read all the comments and I enjoy answering those questions. So let's move forward. Wilson versus Arkansas is a classic Supreme Court case from 1995, and it deals with the Fourth Amendment. Remember that Fourth Amendment? It's my favorite. It protects you against unreasonable searches and seizures. Now, what makes a search reasonable? Well, the Constitution tells us that the police officers can always get a warrant, and that would make a search reasonable. But do they need to knock and announce their presence before executing that warrant when they arrive at premises? How do we arrive at this question in Mr. Wilson's case? Well, we have police that are working with informant. That informant makes a number of controlled purchases from Mr. Wilson. After they have enough information, the police go to the judge and get a warrant. When they arrive at Mr. Wilson's premises to search that apartment, they have the warrant in hand. They find the front door open, but there's a screen door. That screen door does not have a lock, by the way. So the officers open that screen door, they walk into the apartment, and as they're trying to search for narcotics, they announce that they're police and why they're there. Now, they find a bunch of narcotics, a firearm, and other items that are incriminating to Mr. Wilson. They also find Mr. Wilson himself in the bathroom trying to flush down marijuana down the toilet.
Sir, I can explain, I promise you.
You can explain these, can you?
I can explain them pills, yes. Basically, and this is the truth, every time I flush them down that toilet, they magically reappear back in my pocket.
No, I'm not having that, mate. I'm not having it.
I promise you, every single time I flush them down that toilet, they reappear back in my pocket. If you let go of me, I'll prove it.
Right, okay, show me, go on.
You don't believe me?
No, I don't.
Watch.
Well, go on then.
What?
Well, show me the drugs then, in your pocket.
Show you the drugs?
The drugs in your pocket.
What fucking drugs?
Now, Mr. Wilson appeals his case and goes all the way to the Supreme Court because he says that the search was in violation of the knock and announce rule, which should be implemented anytime the warrant is being executed. The Supreme Court agree with Mr. Wilson, and for the first time, they expressly tell us that the knock and announce rule is inherent in the reasonableness requirement of the Fourth Amendment. So before the officers arrive, they should knock and announce. Because even if we go back all the way to common law and even British law, we find that the officers were always required to knock. Because the idea is you're giving notice to whoever's inside. And if that person chooses to open the door, then great. But if the person decides not to open the door, at least the police gave that person a warning that personal property can be damaged, namely the front door.
Police search warrant, open the door! Police, in the name of God, this is hell!
Of course, the rule is not without exceptions. The Supreme Court tells us that there might be reasons to deviate from the rule. Namely, if there's a physical violence that can occur if the police officers knock and announce, or if it gives extra time for an individual to escape, or lastly, if we know that the person might destroy evidence of the crime if the officers knock and announce. There could be other reasons, but the officers have to at least ask the magistrate for a no knock and announce warrant if they think those exceptions apply. Otherwise, the idea is that they should always knock and announce. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button so next time I post, you'll be first to know.